Welcome back. Well, yes, today we focus on the telecommunications sector. And so just ahead of time, you can stand by and send your questions, your comments, or challenges you've got with your network, whichever one it is, to us as the segment holds. We're joined now by Mr. Tony Ojobo, who is the Director, Public Affairs with Nigeria Communications Commission. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning.
Well, yes, indeed. The last time out, you did talk about so many things, number portability, and, well, that sort of sticks out now. But let's start off with this one. I mean, some time ago, there was a ban on promos.
That's right.
And I think they kicked, I'm not sure how they responded to it, but NCC went ahead with that ban. Was it enforced? Did they all comply? Because there was a fine. It means that there were those who didn't listen. How did they play out, and how did the fine come about?
Yes, we observed some breaches during the period of the ban. And, of course, you will have seen that the networks were fined accordingly, depending on the number of breaches established for each service provider. So, yes, they were fined because they breached the ban, and they're expected to pay that fine.
But some of them also did say that they're not exactly sure if there were certain sentiments concerning willful destruction of property, and that in turn could have affected the quality of the networks, that NCC should have factored that aspect in. Did I understand that right?
Yes. The Commission factored that in the sense that those areas were isolated, areas where we had issues with the flooding, issues of vandalization. Those areas were not taken into consideration. But those locations where you didn't have those kind of situations, yes, those were the areas the Commission took into account in determining the quality of service, whether the quality of service parameters had been met. So those areas that had those challenges were not factored in.
Okay. But if you look at this ban on promos and then they flout it, it's not the first time that NCC is fining these telecommunication firms. And then you ask yourself, is this fine really achieving its aim?
Well, you have to have some regulatory intervention as a regulator to enable you at least sit on top of what is happening in the industry that you regulate. There has to be a legal way for sanction. There has to be some things to be done as a deterrent to operators. You can't just have a situation where people operate, you don't have rules. It's like in a football match. There has to be rules, and those rules have to be obeyed. So it's not like the Commission really glees at sanctions. No, we don't take pride in sanction. But the thing is that we also have a responsibility here to the consumers as well as to the service providers.